Okay, so we're just going to do a brief recap of what you did in first year. Okay, so this is the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane, and that's what that looks like. So we've done this in functions. Okay, so there's your Cartesian plane or your coordinate plane. And for example, if they want you to plot the point 1, 3, how do you plot that point? That point A. Go over to where x is 1 and up. Perfect. So that's the point A, 1, 3. What about B? Minus 2, minus 3. Cartesian. Yeah. Where's B? Minus 2, minus 3. Where do I go? Over to minus 2, down to minus 3. Now you can label it just B or you can label it the point. I've just labelled it both so it's clear, okay, but you must have a label on it. So you'll remember it's X and then Y, isn't it? And look, this is my X axis and this is my Y axis up there. So X and Y, okay? You might have learned walk before you climb. That just means go over before you go up or down. You have to go to the X before you go to the Y. Okay, do you remember that? No issues there? Great. Okay, can I get rid of the board? So the next thing we're doing, and I'm pretty sure you've done it before, it's distance or length. Okay? Now, there's a formula for this, the distance between 2 points, or the length of a line segment. And your formulas are all given to you here, girls. So these are your log tables. We're on page 18, and you can see, here's my line, with a point P and Q, slope, length, so length is the same as distance, midpoint, equation, okay? So, page 18 of your log tables. Now, this is another way they can ask for distance or length. It's 2 lines outside of AB. That means find the length of the segment A to B. Okay, and you go to your log tables and you write down your formula. So, A minus 1, 3 and B, 5, 7 are 2 points. Find the distance A to B. So that square root goes over everything. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is we need to label. We need to get really good at labeling our points. Now, this is the first point I see on the page, and this is the second point I see on the page. So this is all the ones, and this is all the twos. Now, if I was to label this, what letter does -1 stand for? X. And what letter does that stand for? Y. And same over here, that's X and that's Y. But to differentiate between them, I have to say this is the first X and the first Y, so X1, Y1. And this is the second X and the second Y, so X2, Y2. Is this kind of coming back to you from first year a little bit, yeah? Some yes, some no. So always when you're labeling, it's X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Always. That never changes. Because your point has to go XY, XY. Okay? So now once you have them labelled, you can literally fill it into your formula. So I know it's the square root. Now my formula tells me open a bracket, then put in x2. What's my answer for x2? 5. Then it tells me put in a minus. Answer for x1? -1. And I just put a little bracket there to keep it neat. And my formula tells me to square it. So x2 minus x1 to be squared plus, open another bracket. What's y2? Minus y1. Brilliant. To be squared. And that can go straight into the calculator, girls. You don't need to worry about doing out the sum. You can just throw it straight in. Square root. Open my bracket. 5 minus -1. Don't forget, do you see here, look? I've closed the -1's bracket, but I need to close this bracket. So now, okay, so exactly what you've written down, you need to put in. To be squared plus 7 minus 3 bracket to be squared. So my answer is 2 root 13. Okay, and if they ask for your answer as a decimal, S to D, 7.2. Okay, so you maybe didn't close a bracket. Make sure you have double brackets here. Did you make sure you squared as well? Okay, so you just have a look. We good? Does that make sense? Okay, are you happy with distance? So it's the most important thing is the labeling. After that, it's just throwing it into the formula. Okay? The second thing I want to do, and then we'll finish on this, is midpoint. What do you think the midpoint is of 2 points? The middle, yeah. So for example, if this is my line, the midpoint's going to be somewhere in there, isn't it? Okay. Let's use the same points. So if that's my line, A and B, my midpoint's going to be in there. Now, often it's not very easy to read it from a diagram, so we use a formula. Okay? And this is also on page 18. All of my formulas are on page 18. Okay? So my midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Yeah? It's a comma. This, if you think about it, girls, this is a point, isn't it? It's the middle point. So it's going to have an x comma y. That's why it's in brackets, because it's a point. Okay. I know we've them labelled already because I'm using the same points as above, but we still need to label them. So down here, this is the first point I see, so how do I label it? x1, y1, and then this one, x2, y2. Does it matter if you say this is x1, y1, x2, y2? No, it doesn't. Your answer will be the exact same. Okay? I just always go for the first one I see is my ones. So my midpoint's going to be, open my bracket, x1, what's x1? Minus 1 plus x2, 5 over 2. What's y1? 3 plus, what's y2? 7 over 2. Everyone okay with where I got those numbers? So x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay? Now if you want to control this bit into your calculator, minus 1 plus 5. What's minus 1 plus 5? 4. 4 over 2. Okay? And then 3 plus 7? 10 over 2. What's 4 over 2? 2. What's 10 over 2? So my midpoint is 2, 5. Okay?